And welcome everyone to the LA Sports Arena in Los Angeles for the West Regional Semifinal between the top seed Missouri Tigers of the Big 8 Conference and the Syracuse Orangemen, seeded number 4 from the Big East. Along with Al McGuire, this is Dick Stockton. We have played 1 minute and 17 seconds of the first half. And we are tied 2-2. John Wallace scored a basket for Syracuse and 2 free throws by Kelly Thames for the Missouri Tigers. Missouri, the higher seed, is in white, Syracuse in orange. That was Otis Hill, the freshman center who scored for Syracuse. And the winner of this game will go on and play the survivor of the second game here at the Sports Arena between Arizona and Louisville.
The Orangemen in a 2-3 zone. They got to make sure that Missouri tries to hit from the outside. Missouri doesn't hit from the outside. They're going to be in trouble against that 2-3 zone.
Now, Al, Missouri comes in with a tremendous amount of depth, and Syracuse does not go that deep into their bench. What kind of a factor would that be?
It's going to be a physical game. Not only does Missouri have depth, they got the bodies. They got 8, 9 guys out there with truck bodies.
They're going to reset the clock. The officials working this game: Don Rutledge, Tom O'Neill, and Bob Barnett. Syracuse with a 23-6 record and Missouri 27-3, and that's Jim Boeheim in his 18th year as head coach of Syracuse, and Norm Stewart, the head man at Missouri. With the ball, Julian Winfield. Here is Melvin Booker. He's the star for Missouri, their leading scorer and playmaker.
Booker has no weaknesses. Could be a late lottery pick, surprisingly.
Winfield feeding Frazier inside, and the rebound taken down by Wallace. This is Lawrence Moten going to the hoop, and he is fouled before the shot. Story going into this game for Syracuse, Al, is the physical condition of Lawrence Moten, their leading scorer at over 21 points a game. He suffered a sprained left wrist in practice landing on the floor on Monday. It is tape, but it is his left wrist, but he is not 100%.
It won't affect his shooting. What it will affect is his catching and ball handling. Have to keep an eye on it.
Paul O'Linney, one of the outstanding shooting reserves to come in for Missouri. Crudup gets the rebound for Missouri. They start defensive people and come off the bench with offensive people. Kelly Thames, freshman from Jennings, Missouri, with his 4th point of the game, and we're all tied.
Quite athletic, plays off the rest of the club.
Missouri with its first field goal of the game. Syracuse has hit 2 out of their first 3. Adrian Autry in the backcourt, along with Moten. 2 brilliant guards for Syracuse. Wallace travels before the shot. So here in the West Regional, everything is going according to form as all 4 top seeds have advanced. And the winner of the Missouri-Syracuse game will take on the survivor of Louisville and Arizona to get to the Elite 8. And one of these teams will go to the Final 4 in Charlotte next week.
And here's the 2-3 zone again. It's a matchup zone. The guy that has the ball.
Booker gets the ball into Crudup. Javon Crudup, the leading rebounder and averaging over 13 a game for the Tigers. He is one of 2 seniors in the lineup for Missouri.
If Missouri has a soft spot, it's at center, because Crudup is truly a power forward.
Adrian Autry beats off the dribble. That comes off the rim, and the rebound by Crudup. Tigers leading 6-4. And the great feed inside to Kelly Thames. 5 pass from Melvin Booker, who is their top playmaker and the Big 8 Conference Player of the Year.
Booker has to score big for them to win.
Missouri is on a 6-0 run. Hill tries that extra pass to Lucius Jackson. It's Wallace, Jackson, and Hill up front for Syracuse. Moten and Autry in the backcourt. And the baseline jumper by Wallace. He has 4 of Syracuse's 6 points. Booker with a good fake on Moten. O'Linney misses outside. Thames, the freshman, has done a good job keeping the ball alive on the offensive glass for the Tigers.
Look to get the ball now into Autry.
Missouri leading by 2, again to Otis Hill. Hill works his way in. Crudup is a senior from Kansas City, and he's already cleared 3 boards.
If Missouri does not move their men and just move the ball here, it won't work. You got to move your men also against the zone.
O'Linney fouled in the paint. And for Syracuse, it'll be their second team foul, and the personal is on Otis Hill. One thing the Orange have to do is avoid foul trouble, because obviously they go 6-7 deep at the most for Jim Boeheim.
Well, Jim knows that, and Storm and Norman, coach of the Tigers, he's trying to create an up-tempo, try to create lots of fouls, because he goes really 11 deep on his bench.
And he's got the good firepower off the bench. Norm Stewart in his 27th year at Missouri. Amazingly, 32 coaches have passed through the doors of the Big Eight since Norm Stewart arrived at Columbia. O'Linney makes 1 out of 2. Hill the rebound. Tigers lead by 3 first half.
Missouri's in their famous man-to-man defense.
Autry to Wallace, and he's fouled by Crudup, and that will be the first personal on the Missouri big man. 15:03 remaining in the first half. That's Moten with the left-hand bandage. He has had a tremendous year, a junior. Quietly has moved himself up the list, and before he's through will be the all-time leading scorer in Syracuse history.
Lawrence has to move inside more, where it's really effective is off the paint and off the baseline, and then go for his three-point touchdowns.
Syracuse has improved tremendously at the free throw line. John Wallace, for example, 76% from the line, brings the Orangemen to within 1. And with nearly 5 minutes gone by in the first half, there's a timeout.
Introducing the first and only business calling plan that changes as fast as your business. Introducing the Most for Business from Sprint, the plan that instantly adapts to...
Son, the 99-cent Whopper at Burger King. We may not be the world's #1 fast food place. It just tastes that way.
Tonight, a conversation with Matthew Broderick. On Late Show with David Letterman.
Post up, post up. I love saying that.
Now, Syracuse's big hope, considering that Missouri shot 68% against Wisconsin, is to shut him out by playing the zone.
A good move playing the zone. What he's trying to prove is that let the Tigers hit from outside. Then maybe we'll go man-to-man. But if the Orangemen go man-to-man, Missouri's just too physical for them. To wear them down, to get them in foul trouble.
You won't see Syracuse too much in the man-to-man. Missouri, by the way, shot only 40% or under in 4 games in a row before they went wild against Wisconsin. But right now, Missouri is shooting only 33%. Syracuse 3 for 6 from the field, trailing the Tigers by 1. Melvin Booker will inbound for the Tigers. He's their leading scorer at 18 points a game. Lamont Frazier, primarily a defensive specialist. Kelly Thames up front. Paul Linney in the action as well. And the big man Crudup in the middle.
Linney's put in there as a zone buster. He'll shoot from three-point land, and he likes to put it up.
Now to Crudup, trying to get Syracuse into foul trouble. And Frazier with the follow-up and draws the foul. So Tigers doing it off the offensive glass.
Foul was on Lawrence Moten that time from the back.
So Moten has a foul. Hill, Autry, and Moten each have committed foul. And coming into the game, Mark Atkins will go in for Kelly Thames. Atkins is the best three-point shooter on the Missouri team. You talked about O'Linney. They have Atkins and another reserve named Marlo Finner, who will come in the game as well. As Norm Stewart said, I've decided to go with defensive people to start and then go in with my sharpshooters.
Yep, the last 2 guys in, they are definitely cannon shooters from out in three-point range, and they will give the zone fits.
That's Don Rutledge, the official. And they're checking on whose foul it was. It was given to Moten. It is his first personal. So Lamont Frazier on the free throw line. He's a 67% free throw shooter, a senior from Charleston, Missouri.
He can play all the positions. He played post in high school, so he can go from point guard to post. Not a solid offensive play, but big D.
And he missed them both. Hill gets the rebound. Missouri making its 5th trip to the Sweet 16. Syracuse has gotten this far 12 times previously. Autry with a good move against Frazier inside. Still controlled by Moten, and he draws the foul. So Lawrence Moten will go to the free throw line.
Moten gets nice inside position. Watch after he catches the ball, he kind of jumps backwards into Atkins. There's the move.
And Atkins committing the foul. Here is Moten, 69% free throw shooter.
Mr. High Sox can do it all.
He's done it quietly, Al. Not much fanfare, and it's probably taken something away nationally from what he has done, but he is kind of a quiet assassin for the Orangemen. His first points of the game come from the free throw line, and Syracuse leads 10-9. Off the rim after Kruda misses, and here comes the Orangemen with Lucius Jackson. Moten is on the wing.
Good decision, excellent defense by the Tigers getting back.
Here is Moten, and staying with him is O'Linney. Jackson from the baseline, and Syracuse with a 3-point lead. With 6 minutes gone by here in the first half, the winner takes on the survivor of Arizona-Louisville here in the Western region.
Three-point shooters around the arch right now. One of them will put it up. They got to attack the zone from out there. Interchange. Atkins will be open on the side. Pulls Wallace out. Wallace has so much height that Atkins can't shoot. Here it goes now.
And here's Atkins for three. Kruda had position, and Missouri still has it. Inside is Frazier. Out of bounds, it's still Missouri ball. And they're going to come back with Kelly Thames, who started the game at forward, averaging nearly 12 a game. And going to the bench for the first time tonight is Javon Kruda.
Now, it's a very simple game so far out there, gang. Missouri has to solve the zone. They've got to hit from the trifecta.
And the Tigers right now shooting only 25% in the early going. Syracuse has run off 6 points in a row. Earlier in the game, Missouri had a 6-0 run.
They're moving the men a little better than they did earlier against the zone.
Atkins trying to get free for a three. Here's Frazier working in against two defenders. And once again, Kelly Thames trying to keep the ball alive for Missouri. Autry with a pass to Moten. Pass back inside. Oh! And Lucius Jackson. What great passing by the Orangemen. They want to up-tempo this game. Missouri rather play at half court. Booker very nearly lost it, but he hits the jumper, and Booker with his first points of the game.
Booker, the most underrated ball player in the country. Player of the year in the Big 8 Conference. Here he goes again.
Bad pass and a steal, and here's Frazier. And Missouri trailing by 1. Their biggest lead was 4. Syracuse had a lead of 5.
This is just token defense, nothing heavy. Just break your rhythm, eat up a little bit of the clock.
Adrian Autry goes up without the ball, knocked out of bounds, and it's still Syracuse's possession.
For the Tigers, number 5, Jason Sutherland.
Here's the turnover, then the lead, and this is a solo, not worth showing, automatic.
Thank you for being the director of this game. Jason Sutherland has come in the game for Missouri, and there's a foul before the shot. And that'll be the 15th foul against the Tigers, and it is Sutherland who just entered the game. J.B. Reeve-Snyder and Scott McCorkle have come in the ball game for Syracuse as Hill and Jackson go out. We're in Los Angeles at the Sports Arena, Syracuse and Missouri in a 1-point game. Missouri has struggled from outside with the Syracuse zone being the key thus far. Dick Stockton and Al McGuire with nearly 8 minutes gone by in the first half. Here's John Wallace, too hard off the glass, and it was McCorkle with the second attempt out of bounds. It's still Syracuse ball.
Unbelievable athletic move that time by Wallace. He couldn't finish.
This is the planet Earth.
Chuck Norris blows away Saturday night to teach a child molester justice.
Now it's your turn.
Walker, Texas Ranger, Saturday.
Syracuse leading Missouri by 1, and we talked about the Tigers' great bench strength. They have scored that many more points than the rest of the field here in the West Regional. 54 we mentioned last Saturday is against Wisconsin. I guess other than Kansas, Missouri's got to be the deepest team of the teams remaining in the tournament now.
Then don't forget that they beat Kansas twice during the regular season.
Moten drives the baseline. He went right around O'Linney, and Lawrence Moten with his 4th point. Wallace leads Syracuse with 6, and Kelly Thames is the top scorer for Missouri also with 6 points.
There they have to flash that pivot there. They did it that time. That will solve the riddle of the zone.
Atkins after Thames misses, and finally Wallace comes down with the rebound. Missouri unable to hit from outside against the zone, and they can't convert second and third shots inside. And we'll have an offensive foul called as Adrian Autry trying to get the ball to McCorkle on the baseline.
Moten's biggest assets are off the baseline and down in the paint. He's unstoppable. Now as they start favoring him on the drive, he'll start bombing away from outside.
Tremendous court sense, and you can't teach that.
And plus he's physically tough. He was an outstanding football player in high school.
Adrian Autry goes to the bench. Lazarus Sims, who is a sophomore, averages 10 minutes a game. Number 10 has come in for the Orangemen.
Got to flash a guy in the middle. You got to hit the middle, then back out.
Here's O'Linney missing from 3-point range, and McCorkle was fouled inside. That'll be the 15th foul against Missouri. So right now, I think the Tigers are a little frustrated by the fact that the ball is not dropping for them, as it did against Wisconsin. So Missouri lives and dies by the 3-point shot. They have yet to hit one. Syracuse has yet to try one. McCorkle drives in unmolested for the layup, and Syracuse again has established a 5-point lead.
Scotty Mack that time just seen a little crack in that area and just went all the way to the iron. Got to be a little bit more patient against this zone, more touches, and flash this pivot. There it is.
Pass. Booker with a tremendous pass inside to Crudup, who was fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot.
Watch the pass cross court down deep. That's where the hole is inside the 2-3 zone. Also, there's a hole in the so-called alley-oops along the baseline if you can seal down low.
Booker leading the team with more than 4 assists a game, and Crudup will go to the line. He shoots 66% from the line. Missouri is not an outstanding shooter from the free throw line, and Tom O'Neill, one of the officials, was hit over the left eye. Donnie Gray is the standby official here at the sports arena.
No blood, no problem. Won't have to change his shirt.
And it appears that he was hit in the mouth. Tom O'Neill. .10:42 to go, and apparently he's all right. It was the eye that he was hit in.
And again, there's always at NCAA sites, there's always an alternate official at these games.
Now, we know the rule in NCAA basketball, as you look at Donnie Gray, that if blood is drawn, you have to go to the sideline if you're a player. What about an official?
I would think would have to be covered, Dick, the same way. That's why I was kind of being facetious when I said about the shirt. Would he change the shirt? So it must be like a scratch on the eyeball because it's there's no visible blood there, but his eye would be quite watery after something like this, and I'm wondering why they just wouldn't make the alternate come out and have him become the other alternate.
Donnie Gray has not moved. He's wearing the jacket right across from where we are. There's Gray.
14.5 minutes to play in the game.
Syracuse, by the way, has won both previous meetings against Missouri, and they both played in the 88-89 season. The Orangemen won the preseason NIT at Madison Square Garden. Then they won the Midwest semifinals, beating Missouri by 3 points. Norm Stewart, by the way, was not on the bench in that game. You may remember he was battling colon cancer and a diseased gallbladder. He said, "I was just trying to get well at the time." And assistant coach Rich Daly handled the club during that tournament.
And he's on the bench right now. He's still an assistant, has been for many, many years with Storm and Norman.
There's Lawrence Moten, who has scored 4 points. He and Sims are in there, and there's a bandage over the eye of Tom O'Neill.
Looks like Iron Mike Tyson or Holyfield. Right now, you're going to see it should turn into an ugly game. That took about 3-4 minutes. The sweat on their bodies now is dry, so their shooting should be way off, and they should fumble the ball. Whoever gets back into the rhythm of the game first will have a tremendous edge. At the present time, Syracuse is leading 18-13, 18-14.
4 of 8 from the free throw line for Missouri, and that 4-point represents the Syracuse margin right now. 10.5 to go, and a bad pass. Sims threw it away.
See, that's what happens when you have that much time off. You lose your sync loop, and you're not in sync. So let's see if Missouri can hit one from downtown here.
That was the 6th Syracuse turnover of the first half. Missouri down by 4, and it's still Missouri ball. Jim Boeheim, coming into this year, averaged over 24 victories a season, second to Dean Smith of North Carolina. Quite an honor. And an errant pass as Thames threw it. You're right. Since the referee had the eye fixed up.
That's why if I was coaching right now, I'd have my team play full court defense and turn you over, make you gamble.
Right after a delay like that.
Yes, I always did. Just like after a timeout, you alternate your defense.
Moten. Frazier not giving him the outside shot, but he hits the 3 anyway. He got free on the dribble, and the first 3-point basket of the ball game. Moten has 7, and Syracuse has raised its lead to 7 points. Booker in the lane to Frazier. O'Linney misses a 3. Moten the rebound for the Orangemen.
Moten's handling the ball more than Autry. Autry's on the bench right now. Sims should be handling the ball at the point.
And McCorkle travels, so that is the 7th Syracuse turnover.
Watch Moten here. He scrapes his defensive man off. Then he goes to rhythm for the shot. Watch, he'll bend in a little bit, and there's the rhythm. Here it is. Bang. Back up. Automatic. All smooth.
Another good offensive player off the bench for Missouri. Marlo Finner, number 21, a junior from Chicago, is checked in for Norm Stewart's team. So Atkins, Finner, Booker, Crudup are in there along with Melvin Booker.
Nothing will help until they hit from 3-point land.
There's Finner, and he draws the foul, and that'll be the 16th foul against Syracuse.
Finner came to the rescue against Wisconsin.
He scored 23 points, a career high, and most of those coming on the free throw line, where he is right now. Finner 13 of 17 from the stripe.
Has a problem in motoring up and down the court. Both his knees have been operated on.
And Finner misses the first free throw. 9:21 remaining in the first half. Along with Al McGuire, this is Dick Stockton. Syracuse leading Missouri 21-14. Missouri hurt from their free throw line. They're only 4 for 9. Now 4 for 10 from the line. And have yet to hit a 3-point basket in 5 tries. Syracuse taking advantage with a 7-point lead in the ball. Jackson coming off the screen. And it'll drop for him, but now they'll call offensive interference.
I don't think he touched it while it was inside the cylinder. I don't think he touched lead. It'll be a close call.
J.B. Reef-Snyder is arguing with O'Neal right now, but to no avail.
I think he wanted to put his hand in the cookie jar, but pulled it away too soon. Now they got the right set right now to break up this zone.
Booker had his shot altered by Reef-Snyder, who gets the rebound. Reef-Snyder at 6'10", coming off the bench, just a sophomore. Autry back in the lineup for Syracuse. Moten has already scored 7 points for the Orangemen. Trapped in the baseline is Jackson. Here's Wallace. He's double teamed. And underneath, foul call against Missouri, and that'll be their 6th.
Let's see this hairline call. Now keep your eye on the ball, his hand.
Yes.
No. What do you mean, yes?
You don't think he touched it?
No, I don't think he touched it, but you could be right, Dick. I'm yelling too much at you. I'm this close to you with your
microphone.
No, I don't think he did touch it, but what? It's an inch away. You know, enough is a feast.
Wallace now on the outside. Crudup coming out to meet him, leaving the open inside for Reef-Snyder. And Finner is on the arm, and that'll be the 17th foul against Missouri. So it'll be 2 shots now, but 1 and 1 on the 17th foul. J.B. Reef-Snyder, 58% free throw shooter on the line. And Kelly Thames coming back into the game. Syracuse has yet to miss from the line. Missouri has struggled, missing 6 of 10.
J.B. here very rarely takes anything outside of 15 feet.
He hits his first free throw. Missouri bench right now. Right now the Tigers have been outscored 4-2 in bench points. Syracuse has opened up a 9-point lead, the biggest spread of the ball game, with nearly 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Lamont Frazier, double team, gets it into Crudup with a good fake and a basket by Javon Crudup, coming in averaging over 13.
Great look on the pass, nice head and shoulder fake. 2-3 zone is giving them fits.
Missouri has gotten more points inside against that zone and hitting from on top. Autry trying to force it into Wallace. Bad pass. 9th turnover for Syracuse. Here comes Booker.
Good numbers down low.
Frazier goes baseline to Thames. Wallace, Thames again. I'll tell you, Kelly Thames, who is the top freshman in the Big 8 this year, showing why. The last Missouri player to win that award was Steve Stepanovich 14 years ago. Remember him?
Yes, he's doing the radio for Missouri right now. Played along with Stepanovich.
Lead is 5 for Syracuse. Here's Jackson firing, missing the 3. Booker comes down with it. Booker has scored only 2 points for Missouri, and missing inside Crudup, and the follow-up is good. And the Tigers have cut the lead to 3. That basket credited to Frazier.
Jimmy Boeheim wanted a charge call on that. I thought it was a good no call.
Missouri has run off 6 in a row. We've had a game of 6-point streaks in this first half. Here's another 3 off the mark by Moten. Crudup knocked out of bounds by Syracuse, so the top seed Missouri Tigers coming back in this one from the sports arena. Timeout.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Too easy. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Just a reminder, if you're talking basketball,
Give me the rock, baby. Oh.
Foot Locker knows exactly what you mean. Sort of. Foot Locker, official corporate partner for the NCAA championships.
And I don't believe there's a better promise a parent can make.
State Farm sells life insurance.
You are watching the NCAA Basketball Championship on CBS.
In our game summary, notice that Missouri is shooting only 30%. They've been unable to solve the Syracuse zone so far. The Orangemen perfect from the line, and Missouri has missed 6 free throws thus far. Lawrence Moten is the high scorer for the Orangemen with 7 points, and Kelly Thames with 8 tops Missouri.
Mizzou is doing terrific off their defense. Their defense has turned the ball, and that's where they're scoring before that zone can get set up down low. They really need one from touchdown land.
And there's the 3-point basket, and just as you say it, Mark Atkins, who led the team, now has 73 3-point baskets on the year, and that is the first 3-point hoop for the Tigers. They've tied the game at 23. Missouri is on a 9-0 run after Syracuse led 23-14. Hill front rimming the shot, and it's still Syracuse ball.
Atkins on the right side of the screen out there is just sitting out there spotted up. They come around the horn. All net.
Interesting that the bench scoring in this game is 4-4, which is a surprise considering the Tigers' firepower and traveling call. Turns the ball over for Missouri, so the Orangemen with 10 turnovers, and each team has missed opportunities. Missouri from the free throw line, Syracuse with the turnovers, and there you see the 9-0 run. McCorkle misses from outside, or gets the ball back to Syracuse with Autry.
Got to get Autry into the game offensively. He needs a basket.
Moten goes to the bench. McCorkle replaced him. And again, traveling, another turnover. That's 11 with 5:38 remaining in the half. So Syracuse unable to protect the ball.
Jim's not happy with Wallace. I think Wallace is trying to do it a little bit too much by himself.
So Missouri looking to break the tie. They have run 9 in a row.
O'Linney wants one from outside. Here it comes. Nope.
O'Linney, number 23 with the ball. Lamont Frazier looks for Atkins, trying for another 3, and he misses. McCorkle gets the rebound, and he got it sandwiched by 2 Missouri rebounders. Here is Autry. A great pass inside to Hill. Adrian Autry, who was the first Syracuse player to lead the team in assists for 4 seasons, gives the Orangemen the lead again.
That was a senior pass for a new phrase.
O'Linney out on the point. They want to free Atkins for 3.
You know, they're playing out in the point there in NBA range, trying to stretch the defense inside that zone.
They go to Frazier in a crowd, and they're going to call the blocking foul against Syracuse. And that'll be the 17th foul against the Orangemen. It'll be 1-1.
Here comes Red. Give me a beautiful interior pass. Wallace finalizes.
Hill committing his 2nd personal foul. And Wallace will go to the bench. Missouri not expected a team that wanted to run in this game have outscored Syracuse 8-2 on the break.
That's because of the defense. Norm Stewart is a defensive coach. If they weren't turning the ball over, they'd be in close to Tap City for at least the first half. But the turnovers has developed the points down the other end before the 2-3 zone.
So 1-1 situation. Lamont Frazier hits the front end and hits them both. Missouri had struggled from the line, and they're going to bring in Melvin Booker. He'll come in for Frazier with 4:45 remaining in the first half. We're tied at 25.
Listen up to this. When Booker turns on offensively, he does it big time. Man-to-man for Missouri.
Moten and Autry in the game along with Hill, Jackson, and McCorkle. So Wallace the only starter out of the game for the orange-shirted Syracuse.
Hill wants it down low.
Jackson, top of the key, hits. Lucius Jackson, and you remember his dad, Luke Jackson, who played at Pan American and was a big star with the Philadelphia 76ers of the NBA.
When I coached at Belmont Abbey College, they beat us in the NCAA in Kansas City, his dad. Then he went on to play for the 76ers in 1967-8.
O'Linney missing from the corner. Here's Jackson releasing on the break. He's fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. Al, you asked Lucius Jackson whether he still plays one-on-one with his dad yesterday.
He said, no, my father now is over 300 pounds.
He said he's finished. He's finished.
He sits in a chair, he says. And Lucius here does not want to be called Luke, so we'll go by his wishes. Lucius, you're going to be a great athlete. You're going to be the next star at Syracuse.
And they've had a bunch of them. He misses the front end. Foul was on Booker, his first personal foul, and the 8th foul against Missouri. Jackson, 79% from the line. Syracuse has made a huge improvement from the stripe this season. But Jackson missed them both. Would have given Syracuse a 4-point lead. Now Missouri in a position to tie or take the lead.
So far, Syracuse is fortunate. The fouls personal fouls are shotgun throughout the team.
Go down low to Kruger, pass to Atkins, driving to the hoop, and that was Mark Atkins, who now has 5. Tied again at 27. 5 ties in this first half. 3.5 to go. McCorkle opposite to the baseline. Jackson missed the shot. Coming down to Crudup, and Missouri looking to take the lead. Booker trying to beat Moten off the dribble. No easy task, but he draws the foul in the paint, and that'll be the 8th foul against Syracuse.
If they're going to score down low, they have the excellent interior passing, and there it is. Normally in the interior, bounce pass is the way to do it, especially against the zone.
You mentioned Syracuse without much depth, trying to stay out of foul trouble, Al. Well, right now, Moten with his 2nd foul. Autry and Hill also have 2 personals.
Well, you don't mind 2. You just don't want them to pick up that 3rd foul in the first half.
Lamont Frazier has come back in the game for Missouri, and Kelly Thames goes to the bench.
Sometimes one of your ball players picks up a foul in the zone, say it's a 2-3. If he's playing the right side, he should interchange with the foul on the left side, because all teams run their systems one way or the other. Either run it to the left or to the right, so the pressure's on one side of the zone. This is a little bit too much like a clinic. I don't like talking that deep basketball.
You don't want balance, basically. You want to avoid balance.
Yeah, but also the action is on one side of the zone. So if you got someone picking up fouls on one side of the zone, say you got a second or third, then move him to the other side.
Booker has scored 4 points, coming off a 35-point effort against Wisconsin, and Missouri on a 15-4 run.
Demands something different from their Chevy truck, but they all want the same thing. The most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Monday, Georgie and her spy expose a secret men's club.
This looks like a tape recorder. It's a heart monitor combination tape recorder.
Hearts Afire after Murphy Brown Monday.
Pat O'Brien in our New York studios. Good evening, everybody. It's 29-27 right now in your game. We want to show you what's going on in the other part of the country in the southeast in Knoxville. Duke and Marquette. 40-34 is the score. Marquette jumped out to a 9-0 lead when this game began. 3 3-pointers. Then as the half unfolded, the second half unfolded, Duke has really taken command now. Grant Hill has stepped up his game. He has scored 9 of their 15 points in the second half, and Duke leading now by 6. And at your halftime, we'll send you out there live and get a look in at that game. Meantime, let's send you back to Dick Stockton and Al McGuire. Dick.
Pat, thank you very much. Lawrence Moten hits a 3, his second of the ball game, and Syracuse has regained the lead by 1. They led by 9 with 8:15 to go in the half, and Missouri took the lead on a big run of their own.
Showed a new face that time, a surprise pressure.
O'Linney driving in, misses Frazier with a follow-up, and he scores. So it's a seesaw game now with less than 2.5 to play in the first half. Syracuse trying to get to the regional final. Team was on probation last year. Missouri on probation in 91. Swatted away by Krunick as Moten tried to go in. That's the first block shot of the game, and a beauty. Booker feeding the baseline. And Lamont Frazier with the basket, and Missouri led by 3.
Last couple of baskets, Missouri scored with their bulk, their strength. In all my years of watching college basketball, the first 8-9 men, I've never noticed 8-9 bodies like are out there now. They're all built strong, big time.
Booker has 4 assists in the game. Moten comes back with a jumper from the baseline. So Moten with 12 and Frazier with 10 are the high scores for their respective teams.
And Moten again shows no emotion. They're not going to attack this time. They're going to settle back to that 2-3 zone. Wallace has to get back further.
Tipped away, and they're going to call a foul. It may be on Autry. Well, we're going to remind you now, at the conclusion of every NCAA tournament game, we will select the Chevrolet Players of the Game. In conjunction with the award, Chevrolet will donate $1,000 to the General Scholarship Fund of each school. Adrian Autry has picked up that 3rd foul. They had a couple of guys with 2, and now Autry has 3, and Lazarus Sims has come back in the game for Syracuse.
Z kind of spreads the ball around. He can score, but he's not out there to score.
But Syracuse hampered tremendously with Autry with that 3rd foul. Frazier misses the front end of the 1-and-1, so Missouri has hurt themselves tremendously with their poor free throw shooting.
With Autry out, they might take a lot of ticks off the clock with each possession if possible.
Wallace, this is the jumper, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Atkins of Missouri with 1:05 remaining in the first half.
And they get themselves a new clock.
Interesting that in this game, Booker, the leading scorer, has 4 points for Missouri. Autry didn't score for Syracuse, and that basket put in by Hill. So the entire front line has 6 points. Jackson, Wallace, and Hill each with 6. Moten drives in with the basket. He's got 14 points, and the Orangemen lead by 3.
That was accidental. Good no call. Booker's caught low on Moten.
Atkins misses the three, and Hill the rebound. There is still a differential of some 2 seconds, and traveling called against Syracuse. And now Missouri can play for the final shot of the first half.
Hill should have pulled up. No reason for trying to dribble with his side. This time with the touchdown pass, you'll notice he gets undercut a little bit, but it wasn't intentional. He's looking for the foul, no call.
So Missouri, 1 for 11 from three-point range, trailing by 3 points, playing for the last shot of the half.
And there's the ever-present 2-3 zone out there. That's 5 people playing the ball rather than their men. Each man plays an individual area of the country, of the court. That's what they call a zone.
Booker controlling on the outside, already with 4 assists for the Tigers. 6 seconds on the clock, and he draws the foul. Wallace committing the foul, and that was an alert play
by O'Linney. Yep. And he'll go to the line for 3. It was not an intelligent foul, but with the head and shoulder fakes, I think it was Wallace that he got off his feet, and then he made a pro move by moving in.
10th team foul for Syracuse, and O'Linney hits the free throw. There is Moten, who is massaging that left ankle. Don't forget he has that injured left wrist as well that he hurt in practice on Monday. 3 shots for O'Linney because he was fouled in three-point range, and he can tie it up here. And we have a tie with 5.3 seconds remaining. Here's McCorkle down court, tipped away by Booker, and only 1 second ticked off the clock.
The clock does not start until the ball is touched in court. And you say, why am I telling these obvious things? Because there are many, many millions of people watching that don't watch during the regular season. Plenty of time to score.
Wallace has Sims. Rebound Missouri, and that will be all she wrote for the first half. Syracuse had a 9-point lead, and Missouri came back, and we're tied at 36. And that's the end of the first half. With the score tied at 36, Pat O'Brien and James Brown will be along with the Pennzoil at the half.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship Regional Semifinal game is sponsored by the new Chevy S Series, Sprint, and by Pennzoil Motor Oil.
When most manufacturers develop a new truck, they start with a model. Good idea. Here's ours. Introducing the first and only family of trucks designed from the inside out. A design that's become the all-new Chevy S Series. Everything else is history.
CBS Sports presents Pennzoil at the Half, sponsored by Pennzoil, the motor oil you can rely on for performance, protection, and quality.
Yeah, look into our war room there. Hi, everybody. I'm Pat O'Brien, along with the godfather of college basketball, James Brown. JB, nice to have you in the studio.
Feels like I ought to have a hairdo on whenever you call me that, though, Pat.
Good to see you. 36-36 is our score. Syracuse trying to hand this game away to Missouri.
Wow, but Missouri not able to capitalize. Syracuse has turned the ball over 12 times in the first half. Missouri not able to capitalize. Melvin Booker, Big 8 Player of the Year, 4 points in the first half. Syracuse has reason to smile.
And what's it going to come down to as we unfold the second half for everybody?
I think in the Missouri-Syracuse game, Missouri is vulnerable in the middle. Syracuse, nice penetrating game, especially Adrian Autry and Lawrence Moten, but Autry has 3 personal fouls. Watch that.
The good news is we have another game to go to. We have another active game out in the southeast in Knoxville. Duke and Marquette. It's now 48-40, an 8-point game, and Greg Gumbel and Bill Raftery are at courtside, and now so are you.
To Marquette, trailing by 8 as we approach 6.5 to play in the game. Greg Gumbel, Bill Raftery, Andrea Joyce, and Grant Hill with 6 points at halftime has taken over this game in the second half. He has a total of 17 now for the game. Damon Key for 3, no. And Lang with the rebound.
Duke, under Michael, has been great defensively. They have been jamming and helping out on the defensive end. double staggered screen.
Hill with the shot clock at 4. Looking for a shot. Snakes inside and got it.
The kiss! What else?
Calvin Hill applauds son Grant, who has 19 for the game.
Grant avoids tacklers better than his father, or defenders.
The save by Loggerman. Miller. Three-pointer. Tony Miller nails the 3, and it's 50-43.
And they may be a little fatigued. They have not gotten after Duke defensively. They've been resting a little bit in the zone. They got to make something happen with this stop. Little milk time and rest.
Krzyzewski tells Tony Lang he wants a pick at the top of the key.
Well, just look. I mean, Key or Miller have them. He can go by both or elevate above both.
Catskill elevates for the rebound. Marquette looking to cut into a 7-point lead. Key into the lane. Parks blocked it.
One of the problems, they haven't had a stoppage in play. They can't get McElvain back in for the last minute and a half. They need him down this stretch.
We're coming up on 4.5 minutes to play in the game.
And this using of the clock has helped Duke keep the big guy on the sideline.
McElvain and Keeper waiting to check in. They just haven't had a chance. Lang to the baseline. Missed everything. McCaskill with his second straight rebound.
Nice job by Lang on key. Look at Parks sniffing around. Great job.
Parks laid back, timed it right, tapped it away. Parks and Grant Hill, the two that have come up big for Duke here in the second half.
The problem for Marquette is they come down. You can identify where they are in the box. Therefore, Duke's defense gets set. It's prepared. You've got to flash, reverse the ball, make them move a little bit.
Clock now under 10.
Nice look.
And McCaskill with the block. But another beautiful setup by Grant Hill. Eford for 3. Good. 50-46. Marquette within 4. 3:16 to play.
There's one in Portland, Maine, and one in Portland, Oregon. Chances are, though, you live someplace else in America. So we put one there, too. Cellular One, clear across America.
Pontiac believes safety is so important to the modern high-performance sports car. We've equipped all our new Firebirds with standard driver and passenger airbags, standard anti-lock brakes, and safety cage construction, a combination of safety technologies rare on any sports car at any price, let alone one starting at under $15,000. Introducing the new Firebird.
From Red Grange to the modern grace of Olympian Tracy Corkins, the flavor and pageantry of all 21 men's and women's collegiate sports come alive at the NCAA Visitors Center. Come celebrate the magic moments in college sports at the NCAA Visitors Center, open year-round in Kansas City.
If you're in high school and you want to play sports at an NCAA Division I or II school, you must be certified by the NCAA Initial Eligibility Clearinghouse. Ask your coach or guidance counselor for one of these student release forms, fill it out, and send it to the clearinghouse. Remember, if you're not certified, you can't compete as a freshman in NCAA Division I or II. For more information, call 319-337-1492.
Oscars of college basketball. Best male player, best female player. The envelope, please. The Van Naismith Award, Sunday on CBS.
Seconds to play in the game. Duke 50, Marquette 46. Duke taking time off the clock about their last 3 or 4 trips down the court. The only problem, Bill, they haven't been able to convert because the Marquette defense has stepped up.
Kevin O'Neal got out of the zone, went man-to-man. He got some good breaks and looking for guidance. It's worked all these years. I think my wife prayed for the opponent with the results I had. But she's been through a ton of tough games.
3 minutes to play in the game. Duke by 4. Capel, Collins, Parks, Lang, and Grant Hill. With the ball across the lane, the feed underneath for Lang. And that won't count as a travel.
Well, Michael's wife was praying a moment ago, and now a chance to see if the referees were paying attention. And right here, we got the nervous feet, though.
Miller, Eford, McIlvain, Loggerman, and Damon Key on the floor for the Warriors.
And with 2:40 left in that game, a 4-point and exciting game. And if it stays close, we'll take you back for the finish of that game. 50-46 now, 2:30 left in that ball game. There is some news in the women's brackets. In the women's Mid-East Regional, Louisiana Tech has defeated the #1 team in the country 71-68. Louisiana Tech led by Deborah Williams with 44 points. The Lady Techsters now play the winner of Virginia USC. More games to come here on CBS. Going to get you back to your games, Syracuse and Missouri, all tied up. JB and I'll be here throughout the night. Hope you're enjoying your evening here on CBS. The tournament in full swing. See you later, folks.
Oil at the half was sponsored by Pennzoil, the motor oil you can rely on for performance, protection, and quality.
Savings. That's why your local Ford dealer is the Truck Authority.
Welcome back to the LA Sports Arena. Syracuse and Missouri tied at 36. Some stark statistics. Missouri missing 7 free throws. Syracuse has turned the ball over 12 times, 11-0 in points there, and Missouri only 1 for 11 from three-point range. So Missouri 11-0 edge, and this is the three-point story.
That's why the 2-3 zone is so powerful, but they start drilling them from out there, then the zone gets weak.
Moten and Autry start in the backcourt. Autry working his way in and scores. Remember, Autry, who has gotten his first points of the ball game, came in averaging 16, is playing with 3 personal fouls, the only player in foul trouble. Melvin hits a 3. That is his first three-point basket. He only had 4 points at the half, coming in averaging 18 and leading Missouri.
Both teams needed that. Both those ball players had to start playing the piano, especially Red Autry.
And here is Autry working again. Lost the ball on the turnover. Frazier ahead of the pack is O'Linney starting the second half, and Missouri leads by 3.
Good decision that time by Hill not to create a three-point play by fouling.
O'Linney has scored 6 off the bench, so Missouri has outscored Syracuse 11-4.
I look for the second half of the Tigers to up-tempo their defense. Their defense is their offense.
Moten with a fake against Lamont Frazier hits the J. Moten now with 16 points, averaging 21 on the year. He is the game's high scorer, and Missouri's lead cut to 1.
Is he ever present? 2-3.
There is Booker trying to take the step inside. Critic going in, and he's fouled. It'll be on Lucius Jackson, and that'll be his first personal foul. Syracuse is not in foul trouble up front, although Hill, the center, has 2, but Autry has 3 personal fouls and Moten 2 in the backcourt.
Crudup is an inside force. His main strength is strength.
Not bad. This is the free throw.
His main strength is not free throw shooting.
66%. He got into foul trouble against Rashard Griffith of Wisconsin in the second round. Had only 1 rebound in that game. Missouri has missed 8 of 19 free throws. Now 8 of 20 free throws. They could have had a much bigger lead. They're up by 2. In the Missouri man-to-man, Autry is guarded by Olini out front. They go to Wallace in the paint, feeding Moten. Syracuse maintains possession with 13 on the clock. Wallace, and the rebound by Thames.
The Orangemen have to keep the Tigers within range.
Booker trying to work against Autry, and he scores. Autry has to play soft with 3 personal fouls against Booker, taking advantage of it, and Melvin Booker now with 9 points.
Booker made a PT boat move inside the zone then.
Autry misses from the baseline, so Syracuse ice cold starting the second half. Olini. Missouri going for a 3, and it's a wild shot put up by Booker. Syracuse trailing Missouri by 4. Moten, who's been hot from outside, misses. Jackson feeding Moten for the shot. 18 for Moten, and it's now 44-42 Missouri. Al McGuire, it's been a close tilt throughout the game. Biggest lead with Syracuse with 9-point bulge with 8 minutes to go in the half. Missouri came back.
And I'm repeating myself, but it's a 2-3 zone that's doing it, and they're not being patient and attacking at the Tigers.
3-on-1 break, and Wallace short with it. Syracuse had the numbers, couldn't convert. Thames, quick pass, Olini. They go inside to Crudup, gets another chance and scores. Javon Crudup, senior from Kansas City at 6'9", has 8 points in the game.
The Orangemen cannot allow it to get into a physical game. If they get into a physical game, it is no contest. They're too strong for Syracuse.
And Hill, and Syracuse comes up with it and winds up in Wallace's hands, and now Autry. Autry pulls up with a jumper. He has scored only 2 points in this game. And the possession arrow is going to favor Missouri.
Frazier tried to make an excellent move that time when he was on the floor. He tried to call timeout.
And I believe he did in time.
The Women's Final Four coming soon on CBS.
Thank you very much. All new Northern Exposure Monday. Good riddance.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship Regional Semifinal game is sponsored by Lexus, O'Doul's, and by MCI.
Dick Stockton and Al McGuire back at the LA Sports Arena. Missouri against Syracuse. They were tied at halftime, but Missouri has opened up a 4-point lead early in the second half. The winner will take on the survivor of Arizona and Louisville coming up next.
The big statistic in the first half was 12 turnovers for Syracuse, 1 turnover for Missouri. All Coach Norman Stewart asked of his team is play defense, ball handling, and good shot selection.
Pass inside, good pass outside to Booker. Julian Winfield, number 13, has come in the game in the backcourt for Missouri. He's got the ball now, a defensive specialist primarily.
Winfield they can lay off. He won't shoot from out there.
5 on the shot clock. And Winfield has it blocked out of bounds by Lucius Jackson with 2 seconds on the shot clock.
And no new clock. Just 2 seconds. They got to get the ball in and up right away. They forget this sometimes in college.
Thames will try a 3 at the buzzer. It would have counted it. It went straight up and through for Kelly Thames. Welcome back to the Sports Arena, where Missouri has opened up its biggest lead of the game on Kelly Thames' 3-point basket, 49-42. Driving in and missing is Lawrence Moten, and here comes Olini. Missouri back with the fast break, and Thames, the freshman who's been the star of the game for the Tigers.
They'll take many touches this time down. That means they'll try to take the crowd out of the game and slow the momentum by the Tigers. They'll pass the ball around for at least 10 seconds. This settles down the Orangemen.
J.B. Riefsnyder in the lineup. Autry on the baseline misses. Moten had it and lost it, and Missouri on a roll. They have matched the Syracuse biggest lead of the first half of 9 points.
If they score now, it's got to be a timeout if they score.
Riefsnyder the rebound. Nearly lost it. 51-42 in favor of Missouri. Autry fires a three and hit. Adrian Autry. Now with 5 points in the game.
Couldn't have come at a more desirable time to keep them in the ball game. The Tigers were starting to pull out and starting to make it more physical.
Hill and Wallace check in for Syracuse. Autry is only 2 for 8 from the field and 5 points, and nearly a steal by Lucius Jackson.
Keeping the pressure up court. Looks like a 1-2-2.
Missouri substitution, Marlo Finner is in the game. They go 10 deep. Does Norm Stewart's Tigers. Here comes Booker. Fouled on the arm, and they're going to call it against Lucius Jackson, and that'll be the second on Jackson. The only player in the game with 3 personal fouls is Adrian Autry of Syracuse, their great playmaker.
The Orangemen, that's his second personal, second team foul on Syracuse.
Nobody really wanted this guy out of high school. One of the schools he was considering going to was Central Florida.
Yeah, Central Florida and South Alabama were the only schools who really put the pressure on Melvin Booker, the Big 8 Conference Player of the Year. Into the game now is Mark Atkins, 3-point shooter. Going out is Kelly Thames. Booker has 10 points and 6 assists thus far. Also their best free throw shooter at 82%. And Missouri has opened up a 7-point ball.
Frazier's just annoying. He's not trying to turn this ball over. Just want to get Red Autry out of his rhythm.
Missouri leading by 8. Missouri's been in a man-to-man throughout the game, and Syracuse in the zone defense.
Wallace is a sophomore now. He got to start having less indecision and be more positive in his moves.
Autry making a move around Frazier, and he gets the layup. Remember, he's playing with 3 fouls. Has to watch out for the possible charge as well. He's got 7 points.
And here's the new pressure up court, trying to create a turnover.
Jackson trying to stay with Booker, going away into the hoop. The basket good, and a foul called against Lucius Jackson. Big play by Melvin Booker, who plays big at crunch time.
Watch Red move here, Autry. He makes a disco move right now. Outstanding. Now we'll take it down the other end and watch Booker here. White say will be a late lottery pick. Stays with it.
And the foul is on Lucius Jackson, so the Orangemen getting into foul trouble here with Jackson and Autry each with 3 personal fouls. Hill and Moten have been hit with 2. Booker, after making his first 4 from the line, misses for the first time tonight. Missouri not expected to want to run with Syracuse in the game. The Orangemen looking to have the transition style, but Missouri has outscored Syracuse 18-6 off the break.
Well, the reason for that is, as I said earlier, their defense is their offense. They're not beating the zone. They're turning the ball over and beating the zone being set up down low, and that's where they get the 18 points, and that's why they're leading by 8.
They're going to call it on Lamont Frazier. Second personal foul on Frazier. Missouri leading 55-47. Winner of this game will enter the Elite 8 and take on the survivor of Arizona and Louisville coming up next. Both of these teams had surprisingly good years. You expected them to get this far in the tournament. And Autry goes in, and he draws the foul. And that one will be called against Finner, his second personal. Team foul number 3 against the Tigers.
Autry made a nice little 360 move that time with not a lot of speed on it. Coach thought he charged.
There's Autry, 78% from the line, scored 16 points in both wins in Ogden, Utah in the first 2 rounds. And this year really took it upon himself to become the unassuming leader of this team.
He found himself in the middle of, not this year, but last year, when he had that 30-point game against Pittsburgh. After that, he was the leader and is the leader.
He has 9 points, but only 1 assist thus far.
It's not easy to score when you're a point guard and also a distributor.
Benner underneath finds Booker all alone. Or make that Winfield. Julian Winfield. 8-point lead for Missouri.
Frazier can normally do a good job on a guy Autry's side.
Autry pulling up. Tip is missed by Wallace. Knocked down to Autry. And they're going to call the foul on Booker.
Now, you're wrong, Booker. You stepped out. It was created. You created that foul. Watch this interior pass down the other end earlier. It was a breakdown in the zone defense.
And that's what you can do, and you find the seams in the zone. There is Javon Crudup, the big rebounder, coming back in the lineup for Missouri. And going out of the game is Finner. Wallace missed from on top. Here's Frazier with a jumper. Lamont Frazier, and Missouri leads by 10. That's the biggest lead for either team in this game, with 12:25 remaining in the second half. And Jim Boeheim wants a timeout.
It will be a gut check now.
Thinking about getting a pizza? Yeah. But hey, don't get up. Call Pizza Hut. We'll deliver it. We deliver everything, from the Super Supreme with 9 delicious toppings to the legendary value Bigfoot. Bigfoot! Because we've got just the pizza you want, just the way you want it, and we'll deliver it right to your door. And now for the ultimate delivery, the ultimate pepperoni pizza, new from Pizza Hut. Zesty herbs, thicker pepperoni for a whole new taste. Get one delivered today. And remember, one bite and there's no going back.
Chuck Norris has a mission. Teach a child molester the law.
We haven't seen anything yet.
Walker, Texas Ranger, Saturday.
Coming up next, regional semifinals. Can the big dog, Glenn Robinson, lead Purdue against the very deep Kansas team? And Louisville and Arizona later on. Arizona with their great backcourt. A lot of action still to come here in the Sweet 16 round in the NCAA tournament. Moten going up. Held ball, and good defense by Crudup. He was on the ball all the way for Missouri. Tigers starting front court have outscored Syracuse 33-18 in this game. That's been a big number. Here's a turnover going to the orange side. Autry in the lane. Tipped up and in. Let's see if it's Hill. And it's Jackson. It is Otis Hill with the basket.
They showed new face last time down by double teaming and created a turnover.
Atkins firing the three, and Jackson on the other side. The rebound. See if Syracuse can come back down by 8. Autry in the open floor. He's dangerous there. Autry now with a great move. He's got 11 points, and he's starting to cook out.
Yeah, he's a senior. He doesn't want to end the season. He wants to be part of the Elite 8. Nice move here, nice and smooth. I think he kisses it. Yep, kisses it off the window.
29 points for Autry and Moten, the Syracuse backcourt. O'Linney and Booker in the ball game, along with Frazier, Crudup, and the freshman Kelly Thames. Missouri in white.
Front of the zone is matching up on the shooters.
O'Linney's shot drops. It's a three-point basket, his first of the game, and the fourth for Missouri. Missouri exploding from the field in the second half to the tune of 67%. Their defense has held up Syracuse to 39, and the lead is 9 for Missouri. They go into Wallace, slapped away by Crudup. Another good defensive play inside. Booker to Thames. Thames now with 15, and there are 3 Tigers in double figures and 2 on the brink. Booker has now assisted on 8 points. 8 assists tonight for Melvin Booker. The lead is 11. Wallace into Hill low. Otis Hill now with 10 points. Syracuse also with 3 players in double figures.
Best way to feed a pivot is from a high pivot.
Moten overplaying O'Linney, leaving the man open Booker. Frazier open in the corner, hits. That's a two-point basket for Lamont Frazier. He's got 14 points and has nearly doubled his season scoring output. Under 10 minutes remaining in the second half. Missouri's lead is 11, matches their biggest of the ball game. Jackson misses from downtown, and another rebound for Crudup. That's 9 for Javon Crudup.
If they move it out any further, Syracuse is going to have to put pressure up court and then settle back into their zone off their pressure up court. They need turnovers.
And Al, Missouri's strength starting to show. They've been wearing down Syracuse and starting to have an effect here. Thames has his shot blocked by Otis Hill. Every time Syracuse ready to go down, O'Linney with a great steal on the pass for Moten. Picked him up.
You see the confidence growing in Mizzou. There goes Syracuse, first time man-to-man. They'll look to kick it inside against the man-to-man.
Missouri wants to use the clock.
There it is.
14 seconds on the shot clock. Crudup going up against Hill. And the foul against Otis Hill will be his third of the game.
Now you're going to watch in man-to-man. You're going to see Missouri's real power, muscle power. Crudup, watch his muscle power. He's strong. There's a body for you. And he's not the only one. There's 8 other guys with the same type body. And you notice the next few dimes down court, if Syracuse stays in the man-to-man, you'll see them alternating, going into the middle and posting up.
Scott McCorkle is coming the game, replacing Wallace. Wallace goes out with 6 points. He came in averaging 15 a game, so the Orangemen have not gotten much production from their starting forwards, Jackson and Wallace, who both were in double figures during the regular season.
So far, Wallace has not seemed to have his head in the game. He'll get another pop. They won't keep him out long. He'll be back in less than 2 minutes.
Wallace is a sophomore. Crudup with 1 out of 2, and Missouri leads by 12.
It is Moten time.
Missouri with an effective man-to-man defense. Moten works his way in. Rebound by Hill. And Hill will go to the line and shoot. That'll be the 15th foul against the Tigers.
Boy, Moten can free himself from that baseline and in the paint. He thought he had that one. Matter of fact, he started down court. He thought it was into the net and gone. Nice move. And now Hill thought he also had his. Good follow-up. But he's got to get his from the charity line. He has to make him the hard way.
Crudup committing the foul, his second personal. Hill misses the first. He's got the lowest percentage of the starters for Syracuse on the free throw line at only 61%.
Hill, if you miss your first one, get off the line and reset. That's why you missed your second one. When you miss your first, get off and reset. Okay, here we go with the Tigers.
Missouri leading by 12, and they'll call it on Frazier, banging into Hill at the baseline. That'll be the 3rd foul on Lamont Frazier. Former football player, but you have to keep in mind, with all of the depth that Missouri has, foul trouble does not play a big role with them.
No, they don't worry about fouls. They try to exchange fouls with you and wear your troops out. Frazier is truly a football player. He was recruited by Alabama and Auburn.
2 pretty good football schools. That was only the 6th turnover for Missouri. Autry misses a 3. Good hustle by Booker getting the rebound. 3-on-1, 4-on-1 for Missouri. And Thames misses the layup on a 4-on-1.
Great hustle by Crudup. Unbelievable hustle.
Missouri leading by 12 with under 8 minutes remaining in the second half. Number 1 seed Missouri trying to get to the Elite 8.
There's a swinging down low, using the bodies down low.
Crudup with his face to the basket. Rebound by Wallace. 8 rebounds for John Wallace. Came in leading with 9. Moten misses a 3. Syracuse firing away from 3-point land and missing, giving Missouri a big advantage. Booker looping it over McCorkle. And here's Moten. Autry.
Got to come up with something. Bingo.
Autry with 13 points. Autry did not score the first half, has scored 13 here in the second, and Missouri's lead is 10.
Now watch the strength underneath. All those 5 guys out there, huge bodies. And they'll just back pick, screen sideways, drive the middle, try to post up. There they are, bumping and grinding underneath. See it all down there?
Syracuse forced to go to the man-to-man, trailing here in the second half. There are 5 seconds on the shot clock. Crudip gets it in. Good defense by Hill, but a Syracuse foul may have been Wallace against Kelly Thames with 2 seconds on the shot clock. We talked about a lot of the physical play and outstanding football talent. How about that one? Jim Brown. A lot of people still say the greatest running back who ever lived. Also was an All-American lacrosse player. Was a great boxer and also a great track star during his days at Syracuse.
I believe that he went to Syosset High. I'm not sure, but I think I've seen him play at Syosset High School, and he was like a man with infants.
Might have been Manhasset, but I think they played Syosset out on the island. No.
You're talking about 5 towns.
That's right. That's right.
I lived in Rockaway Beach. We come more Shanty Irish right in Silk Lakes. You're talking the Silk Lakes area.
I didn't know you went out to the island that far, Al.
Well, they let us out of the neighborhood now and then.
Boeheim talking to Moten, who has scored 18 points. But only 4 here in the second half. They're going to need his offensive abilities. Thames hits 1 out of 2 and a timeout with 6:33 remaining.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
This time around, we'll dance. We'll dance down the rooftops. Dance up the thunder. And we'll ride the rhythm. Because everything's possible. This time around.
Go ahead. Make a wish. Then share it with your Allstate agent, who knows planning makes wishes come true, and who can outline a life insurance plan to assure family security and college funding and a comfy retirement are in the stars for you. So make your wish and trust it to your Allstate agent, who wants to be your agent for life.
So, enjoying the game? Oh, well then you probably wouldn't be interested in buying a new car. So how about leasing one? The Oldsmobile 88 Special Edition, with dual airbags, anti-lock brakes, power windows and locks, and more, for just $299 a month. What more could you ask for? It's your money.
As the thermometer drops, dangerous crystals can form in your car's engine, threatening to shorten its life. That's why today's Quaker State has engineered intelligent oil. Oil that senses the changing threats in your engine and adapts its own molecular structure for continuous protection. So whenever the driving conditions change, so does Quaker State. The intelligent oil for longer engine life.
You are watching the NCAA Basketball Championship on CBS.
In our game summary, check out Missouri's shooting, 55% from the field. They still have missed 10 free throws, and Javon Crudip now with Syracuse playing man-to-man, going to town, 8 points and 11 rebounds. Norm Stewart said Crudip is the best post defender I've ever had here at Missouri. Pretty good testimony.
He's been in Missouri a long, long time.
27 years. Lazarus Sims in at guard, nearly turned the ball over. Autry in there with him as Moten right now is on the bench. Moten has scored only 4 points in this half. Lucius Jackson pulling up way off the mark. Loose ball and a foul called inside. It may be Finner of Missouri, and it will be the 17th foul against the Tigers, and so Syracuse will go to the 1-1.
Finner doesn't have that quick foot movement. Plays defense more with his arms and his body.
swept through the Big 8 Conference this year, their first unbeaten champion since Kansas 23 years ago. And they've gone largely unnoticed, but they're in front here by 11.
Well, they have a hot streak going. They're only lost the last 18, 19 games. It's been to Nebraska in the semifinals of the Big 8. Danny Nee did a good job coaching the Huskies, not the Huskies, but the Nebraska team. They're looking down. They're trying to get down inside that paint a little bit.
Knocked away by Autry. Booker maintains possession, but there are 6 seconds on the clock. Booker in the crowd. Great pass to Finner. He was too far under the basket, but it was a great pass, and now Sims brings it up for Syracuse. Lucius Jackson, and it drops for him. Jackson with 8 points. So Syracuse has it under 10 points right now. The biggest lead was 12 for Missouri a few moments ago.
You'll see double down and double teaming in the corners so they can force Missouri to pass it in.
5 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the second half. Syracuse still has a foul to give. Missouri already committing 17 fouls. Atkins in trouble, got it away to O'Linney. Here's Atkins again, and he's fouled by Hill. That'll be 4 on Hill. And Syracuse with its 16th foul. Next one will result in 1-1. And a massive substitutions. Wallace, McCorkle, and Moten all come in for the Syracuse Orangemen.
We're now going to look at the Charger Life Brigade. It's under 5 minutes. It's now or never. Coach Jim Boeheim knows that and realizes it. To get into the elite game to play on this coming Saturday.
Jim Boeheim, who in his 18th year won his 400th career game faster than anyone in college basketball history. Atkins hits the first free throw. Crudup has also entered the game for Missouri. Meanwhile, the Duke Blue Devils beat your old school Marquette in the Southeast Regional in Knoxville. There's Thames coming in. He's the leading scorer with 16 for Missouri, replacing Atkins. Under 5 minutes.
Watch for Moten to make some curl moves around picks. There he is, trying to scrape his man off. There's
Moten going in, misses the layup, gets his own rebound, knocked away. It's still Syracuse ball. They've got Moten, McCorkle, Wallace, Reed Snyder, and Autry.
Here comes a curl move. He moved down. There he picks him off. He gets a nice inside position. Ball won't drop.
He's only 2 for 8 this half, but Autry has come on and picked up the scoring slack. He has 15 points all this half, and the lead is 9 for the Tigers.
Should put pressure if they go over the 10-second line. They should double team over the 10-second line. No, they don't. That surprises me. The clock is your opponent now, not Missouri.
There's O'Linney. McCorkle playing him tight. Autry has not picked up another foul since he picked up his 3rd.
Sledgehammering down low, using bodies, Missouri.
6 seconds on the shot clock. In and out. The shot is missed by O'Linney, and here comes Syracuse trying to make their run with under 4 minutes to go. And here's Adrian Autry. He hits the 3, and that is his 2nd of the ball game. And now Autry with 18 points ties Moten for the scoring lead, down by 6.
Here comes the pressure up court. Look, they're trying to make a run right now. They're looking to steal. They need the pressure up court. You can see Jim Boeheim saying, keep that pressure up court. Good timeout by Missouri. Excellent timeout.
We're in for the game with 3:36 remaining.
And now for a look at some recent scores. This roundup is being sponsored by the Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme Special Edition with V6 engine, airbag, anti-lock brakes, air, cruise, tilt, and more. Which reminds you of one thing. It's your money.
Ms. Carpenito?
Oh, that's right. Carpenito Travel. Need a vacation?
No.
Hawaii, Jamaica,
listen, we understand you'd like to purchase a new HP LaserJet 4P.
Sure, I heard it'll make my packages look better.
And that's important to you, right?
Well, yeah, I put a lot into them.
Oh, and you'll need a new 600 DPI printer.
As many DPIs as I can get. Just think how good your itinerary will look.
Well, there you go. You need an HP LaserJet 4P.
Exactly. Now, Where are we going to send you on vacation?
HP LaserJet printers. You do your job, we'll do ours.
Dude Ranch.
I'm allergic to dudes.
Too easy.
Just a reminder, if you're talking basketball,
Give me the rock, baby. Oh.
Foot Locker knows exactly what you mean. Sort of. Foot Locker, official corporate partner for the NCAA championships.
Jim was going where no man had ever gone, into the darkest jungles of Malaysia.
Oh, you find it, Jim?
Yeah.
Thought you could use a cold one.
Great. Ice cold O'Doul's. Not alcohol, and hey, only 70 calories. Just right for a true adventurer like Jim. Jim was going where no man had.
When you want refreshing beer taste in a non-alcohol brew, think O'Doul's. It's what beer drinkers drink when they're not drinking beer.
What are you going to watch when basketball's over? I've got an idea. When the tournament's over, we'll be back.
Eye to Eye with Connie Chung returns March 31st.
Syracuse putting the pressure on, and the turnover. Olini, did he step on the line or not?
I say right here that the ref had the eye of an eagle. Right there.
Tight. 6-point game, and here is Moten. And he cuts the lead in half to 3.
And the pressure's up again, Dick, all the way up. Trying to get a scramble going, trying to make scramble eggs out of the offense of the Tigers.
21 for Moten. Booker handling against Moten steals, runs it in, and the lead is 1 for Missouri, 70-69. And Missouri wants a timeout.
The pressure up. Excellent, excellent call.
Finally, alone together. This is my secret little place.
Alfredo.
Ciao, bello.
Jerry, this is my brother Alfredo.
Brother?
And Sophia. Hello, baby.
Oh, hello. Why don't you join us? Hi, hello.
Are they going to be coming to the movie?
American Express.
Right, no preset spending limit.
Don't I know it?
To apply for the card, look for this display and take one.
Enjoy.
Introducing the new Goodyear Eagle AquaTread for performance sedans. The wet traction of an AquaTread, the performance of an Eagle. 2 aqua channels maximize acceleration, cornering, and braking traction. The new Eagle AquaTread, only from Goodyear.
This is a line. To some, it is seen as a barrier. To others, it's a point where traditions of the past are abandoned in favor of visions of the future. Introducing the revolutionary new Toyota Supra. It's taken everything sports cars were before and crossed the line.
If every company in America switched to MCI, American business would save over $1 billion a year. That's a lot of fax machines.
Tonight, a conversation with Matthew Broderick. On Late Show with David Letterman.
You want technical fouls? We got technical fouls.
In the left-hand corner there, you see the 2-man pressure. And the anticipation, you move before the pass. And he did move before the pass. And a nice finish by Lawrence.
Moten now with 23 points. Syracuse on a 10-0 run. Missouri has not scored a basket in the last 5 minutes and 38 seconds, and the pressure continues full court.
They got to feed it to pivot high. There you are. High pivot man had to come up, feed him high.
And they go going to call the foul. It'll be the 17th foul against the Orangemen. So it'll be 1-1 for Missouri on the line. Foul is on Jackson, his 4th. Here's the story. Missouri with only 1 timeout remaining. Syracuse just committed its 7th team foul. Possession now favors Missouri. And Jim Boeheim's Orangemen trying to come from behind. We're down by 12 points. And on the free throw line is the best shooter from the line for Missouri, Melvin Booker, 82%. And he's 4 for 5 tonight.
I say if he hits these 2, that they will turn around and throw pressure back at the Orangemen.
Syracuse had a 10-0 run before that free throw. Adrian Autry scored the first 5, and Lawrence Moten the last 5 in that rally. Booker calmly 6 them both, and it is a 3-point lead.
No pressure. That surprises me. They're setting them back from a solid man-to-man.
Jackson playing with 4 fouls. Moten guarded by O'Linney. Moten fires a 3. Wild shot ripped down by Crudup. Loose ball, McCorkle, and it's Missouri with the possession arrow, so it'll be the Tigers' ball. But good hustle by McCorkle on the loose ball.
Kind of had more time for the shot to get better balance. Now, if it were in, we'd all have said good. They need a basket so their pressure will work better.
They got Reese Snyder, the 6'10 sophomore, fighting inside, gambling for the steal. Here's O'Linney.
Good decision to move it back out. This is a big possession.
2:35 remaining. How big is it?
Huge. They go back to the 2-3. No, they went to man-to-man now.
Reese Snyder and Wallace inside with Moten, Autry, and Jackson. 9 on the shot clock. Booker working at the point. He gets it inside to Crudup against Reese Snyder. Wallace trying to control. Missouri has it. Lamont Frazier, and he's fouled into the basket.
I think he was fouled by Autry. That'd be Autry's 4th.
Yes, Autry has 4, Jackson 4, and Hill, who is not in the game, has 4. And now they're going to bring Otis Hill back in. And Reese Snyder will go out of the game for Syracuse.
Now enter into your minds out there possessions. Possessions becomes the key. If they can down or drain these foul shots here, Syracuse needs 2 possessions, 1 a 3-pointer.
Keep in mind that Lamont Frazier at the line is 2 for 5 tonight. He has scored 14 points and has grabbed 7 boards. A big game for Frazier.
That's been one of their Achilles' heels this year, foul shooting as a team. He misses this, and Syracuse gets the rebound. It's only 1 possession. Nope, it's 2.
73-69. Winding down to 2 minutes remaining. Autry controlling. Autry pulls up. Thames. And it's tapped out to Booker. Here comes a foot race with Jackson. But it's laid in by Booker. Jackson couldn't get to him. And now a 6-point lead. And Hill is shaken up under the Syracuse basket, holding his left elbow.
And give Frazier credit for a tap pass that time going down court. Watch the tip over here, and there's the tip from Frazier down court. An excellent play. I'd call that an Oscar Robinson play.
So Hill is up, apparently all right. Syracuse will take it from the length of the court with 1:56 remaining and down by 6 points, 2 possessions.
I wouldn't look too much of the 3. I just look to score.
Moten working his way inside. He gets 2 there. 25 points for Lawrence Moten.
The reason to score is you set your defense here. Oh, you went to the wrong side, Jackson. They're backing up now. They want to get some ticks on the clock.
Missouri using the clock. They have 23 seconds on the shot clock. Double team now on the trap for Syracuse.
I thought O'Linney should have taken that from 3-point land.
Booker is the thing. Picked by Wallace. Basket good and a foul by Wallace. A big hoop by Kelly Thames, the big freshman, who has scored 18 points.
Nice lane, but Wallace slipped on the defense in the back. Excellent pass.
Foul should be against Wallace and not Hill. And it is Wallace with his third foul. Hill, Autry, and Jackson all with 4 personals for Syracuse. And Thames on the free throw line, 73% from the line on the year. He has 18 points and 8 boards in this game.
He's been freshman of the year in the Big 8 this year. He plays a lot like Scottie Pippen, and he's wiry. But if he makes this one, it's 3 possessions.
He doesn't make it, and the rebound by Hill. 6-point lead for Missouri.
And they got to go for 3, Dick.
Autry
hits it. Pressure on court. Here comes the pressure. Heavy time, big time pressure. They got the turnover.
And the ball basket. The foul before the shot. Jim Boeheim is yelling that it should be continuation, that the ball was in the air.
Wow, Autry was saying his prayers on his knees there. Watch this. He's down on his knees. What does he do? He shoots it. Automatic. There's another angle on it. Only in college basketball. What a game. What a game.
You can't write a script that's more amazing than reality when you get to the tournament.
And usually when the 2-3 zone, the game becomes an ugly game. But this with a zone being played, it was a marvelous collegiate game.
Autry, shut out in the first half, has scored 21 points here in the second half. He's 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and he's shooting 1 and 1.
And he needed that first one. From now on, any fouls committed by Syracuse is 10, so Missouri has 2 shots on any foul. Important thing to remember.
Autry trying to bring Syracuse to within 1. He doesn't do it. Rebound, however, inside by McCorkle, and a new possession with under a minute to play. And they're going to call the foul against Missouri. It'll be 1 and 1 as Autry is fouled crossing the lane, and Syracuse could tie the game.
Booker reached in that time, I believe, Dick.
And it is on Booker, his 3rd personal foul. Each team with 19 fouls, so the next team foul will be 2 shots automatically. Autry, who just made 1 out of 2, shooting 1 and 1.
One half, he done nothing. This half, he's been the greatest thing since sliced bread, to use an old expression. But if they score here, Dick, you're going to see real pressure.
Hill replaces McCorkle, who made a big play. And Autry ties the game at 77 with 54.8 seconds remaining.
I'd give the ball to Crudup. You got to get back in there, Crudup, to get the ball. Good timeout call.
And Missouri has used its last timeout. Missouri has no more timeouts.
Trucks are a spiritual thing to me. Something you can depend on. It's just like, you know, my best friend, I guess you might say.
Out on the ranch is where I'm at, and that's where I want the truck to work for me.
I need a truck that's rough like I am.
Introducing the all-new Mazda truck with a 4-liter V6 and a soul to match. The new Mazda truck.
Saddle up and let's go dancing.
Mazda, it just feels right.
Sure, you've got a car. Got a dog. Even got some fun-loving friends. But have you got what it takes to be a mountain man? All it really takes are the 2 cool beers of the mountain man. Smooth bush beer and easy drinking Busch Light. So, be a mountain man. All you gotta do is head for the mountains.
Yo, we got! I got flavor! Let's go, baby, swing it! Yo! Swing me with the rock! Kick the rock! Hit me up!
Just a reminder, if you're talking basketball, Foot Locker speaks your language.
At the top, come on, meet me at the top!
Well, most of it. Foot Locker, official corporate partner for the NCAA championships.
Dr. President! 2 thumbs up for the paper, say Siskel and Ebert.
Out of control, crazy.
It's a star-studded Stop the Presses comedy.
Are you nuts? Really a fast-paced movie. Sensation.
It's a brilliant movie, and Rolling Stone raves the paper delivers.
One of our security guys actually tried to frisk me for having drinks later.
Michael Keaton, Glenn Close, Marissa Tomei.
Smart comedy.
The Paper, rated R. Now playing in select areas. Starts tomorrow everywhere.
Tonight, a conversation with Matthew Broderick. On Late Show with David Letterman.
Post up, post up. I love saying that.
Missouri is out of timeout. Syracuse still has 2. The Tigers led by 6 with 1:25 to go. The Orange had scored 6 straight points, all by Autry to tie the game.
They want the ball in Booker's hands if possible. If they take a shot in about 8-10 seconds from now, they'll get 2 possessions to win.
Nearly a steal by Jackson. The double team, they go inside. And a foul. They got the ball inside to Thames. And Lawrence Moten with his 3rd foul, but that is the 10th team foul. So it'll be 2 shots at the line for Missouri. Moten and Autry have combined to score 49 points in this game. McCorkle is out of the game and Hill is back in. So Thames is on the free throw line, and he's been a hero, 3 for 5 from the stripe. Big free throws coming up, and a tie game at 77. 45.6 seconds showing on the clock.
Nice stretch. You reached up. All confidence on that one.
Missouri has lost only 3 games this year. Turned the season around with a big win against Illinois in 3 overtimes. Trying to advance.
They did what I thought they would do. They're playing 2 possessions for 1. They have to get the ball back.
20 points for Thames. The lead is 2.
Get the ball into better foul shooter's hands here.
Autry driving his way in. Off the glass to tie the game with 36 plus.
Pressure up court now to put the pressure up court, trying to create a turnover.
They got no timeouts. No timeouts left. Here's a 3-on-2.
Back it up, play for 1 shot. To back it up. Syracuse stays in their man-to-man.
And they can take it all the way down to the end of the game to break the 79-79 tie.
Jim Nance wants a buzzer beater. Here's the buzzer beater.
And out of bounds, and it's going to be Missouri's ball. Last touched by Adrian Autry, who's over here asking the officials to look at the replay. But it was awfully close. Frazier will inbound for the Tigers.
I wouldn't be too upset, Autry, because Jackson committed the foul before that. Here we are down to 16 seconds. They're keeping the pressure up.
Booker.
I would have kept the ball in Booker's hands. I would have kept the ball in Booker's hands all the way.
Here
Keep the ball in the lane.
Booker
keep it in Booker's hands. Moten! Moten!
We're going to overtime. Tied at 79.
The great masters. They defined civilization in Europe for centuries. Now we're defining civilization on the way there. United Airlines' renowned international service to 15 cities all across Europe. Come fly the...
5.9 seconds remaining. Helter-skelter all the way, Al.
Yeah, they're kind of scrambling here, and that they could have had 1 more shot, but I tell you, this official has made a lot of great calls.
Barnett, yeah. Tough calls under pressure. So we go to overtime. Autry scored the last 8 points for Syracuse. He had 26 in the second half. 5-minute overtime. Wow.
Wow. And he didn't score in the first half?
Nothing. Nothing. And remember, he had 3 fouls. He's got 4 right now. Foul trouble could affect the Orangemen as Jackson, Hill, and Autry all have 4 fouls. Trudip will jump center against Wallace. There's Moten, who has scored 25. Autry has 26.
You know, Dick, it's a game that's a shame what team loses here. Because they're both outstanding teams. They both got momentum going into the Elite Eight.
You're right, Al. You know, neither team had back-to-back losses this year, and they won't now. Missouri has it. Booker.
They're back to to the 2-3 zone.
Almost like starting the game over. They're on even terms.
Great move by Jim Boeheim, that pressure the last 5 minutes.
Forced a couple of big turnovers, and Autry took advantage of it. They have 8 seconds on the shot clock. O'Linney out to Booker again with 4. Booker with a long 3. That was an NBA 3-plus.
That was from the door of the hotel.
82-79 for Booker. His second 3-point basket of the game. He's got 20 points. Jackson for 3. Moten keeps it alive. Working his way in. Moten with now 27 points.
What athletes? Just outstanding. And here comes the pressure again. They know they found the chink in the armor of the Tigers. Their Achilles heel, their belly, their soft spot.
And the Orangemen, I'll tell you what, Jim Boeheim has done a terrific coaching job. Win or lose in this game, this is about as disciplined a Syracuse team as I've seen in a long time. But Missouri has the depth and the strength, and they got the shooters too. Frazier gets it across by passing to O'Linney. Going to the hoop and draws the foul. So it'll be 2 shots at the line. Moten with his 4th foul. So now 4 of the Syracuse starters have 4 personal fouls. No margin of error here that way.
And you can't save them. You know, now if they foul out, they foul out. It's not smart in an overtime to take anyone out because you know you're only going to go in 5 minutes. And matter of fact, it's down now to 3 minutes and 35 seconds.
O'Linney now 5 for 6 from the line, and Missouri up by 2. Syracuse has 3 timeouts. Missouri 1. 1 out of 2. Autry cleared.
Missouri got the timeout because you get an extra one for an overtime.
Good defensive play by Thames. He knocked it out of Hill's hand. Well, Thames has been an all-round star for Missouri tonight. Thames with the shot.
Good call, Dick. Outstanding freshman.
22 points for Thames. He came in averaging 12 on the year. 3 minutes remaining. And Autry short with it. And here's going to be Booker with an easy 2. And Missouri has opened up a 6-point lead with under 3 minutes remaining. Timeout, Syracuse.
Good call.
Did you reserve the car with Hertz?
Not exactly, but it's a good deal.
Are they as fast as Hertz?
Not exactly, but what's the rush? We're on vacation.
Dad, are we lost? Hertz gives you computerized directions.
Honey, this is not exactly Hertz, okay?
I hope they have the same emergency road service as Hertz.
Not exactly.
In Rent-A-Car, there's Hertz, and there's not exactly. Make sure you choose the right one.
Are you sure this is the way to the hotel?
Not exactly.
Did you hear that?
Go ahead. Make a wish. Then share it with your Allstate agent, who knows planning makes wishes come true, and who can outline a life insurance plan to assure family security and college funding and a comfy retirement are in the stars for you. So make your wish and trust it to your Allstate agent, who wants to be your agent for life.
In the preseason, I don't get out much. But come spring, there's nothing more relaxing than a little walk in the park.
All men are created equal. Some just work harder in the preseason.
Even with dual airbags, power windows, air conditioning, cruise control, and a powerful 6-cylinder engine, The Mazda 626 still costs less than a 4-cylinder Camry LE, which may explain the popularity of the 626 among those of us who aren't made of money.
Chuck Norris blows away Saturday night to teach a child molester justice.
Now it's your turn.
Walker, Texas Ranger, Saturday.
Red Autry lets it fly from downtown there. Everybody on Syracuse goes into rebound. It becomes a long rebound, and Booker finishes.
Just one of those situations where you're in the right place at the right time and the ball bounces your way. Missouri has not missed from the field in overtime. Autry and Moten have scored Syracuse's last 22 points, and Moten goes to the floor, and he is fouled.
I believe that time they put that foul on Thames rather than on Kuda.
You're right, Al. And can you imagine Thames has committed only 2 personal fouls. He has 22 points. He's been great off the offensive glass, outstanding defensively in this game. A freshman from Jennings, Missouri.
What a pleasure, this man from Washington, D.C.
Moten makes both free. Missouri leading 89-83. They had a 6-point lead, and Syracuse came back to tie the game and send it to overtime. Tonight, Crudup has 8 points and 13 rebounds.
And surprisingly, he's been an outstanding center with him, but he's truly a power forward.
That's that donut you talked about. The man in the middle, they don't have his... Crudup misses the first. He's 2 for 7 from the line.
That wasn't a brick, that one. That was a cinder block. That was a boulder.
Off anything. There's the free throw story in the extra session. Missouri has missed 2. Crudup makes 1 out of 2, and that's all they needed because that makes it a 3-possession game.
And now they got to go from the trifecta world.
Autry picked up quickly by Crudup. Surprise, big man going out. Autry looked like he might have traveled first, but he was fouled and a blocking call against Missouri.
Yeah, I thought that he took an extra step that time, but now he gets automatically 2 shots.
Lamont Frazier with his 4th personal foul, so he's the first Tiger with 4 fouls, and Autry will go to the line. He has scored 26 points. What a brilliant game by the Syracuse guards. He's 5 for 6 from those strikes.
Both these coaches are running a coaching clinic here. They will not make a mistake. They're both pros. They've been around a long time.
27 years for Norm Stewart at Missouri, 18 for Jim Boeheim at Syracuse. Makes them both 90-85. Missouri has 1 timeout left. Syracuse has 2. Here's that pressure again. Crudup gets rid of it into the hands of Booker. He's been a steady guard that way.
He's very fortunate, the big man, to get away, putting the ball on the floor, Dick.
Got the big man Wallace out to chase him along with Moten and now McCorkle.
3-on-1's too many. They'll get a chippy underneath.
Plenty of time on the shot clock, Al.
Good move that time by the freshman. Take it back out. Loads of time left. 8 on the shot.
Booker gets it into Crudup. To Thames at the buzzer, and he gets the basket. Kelly Thames with 24 points.
Now they got to score each time down, Syracuse, and pull some stoppers.
Autry the 3, and a timeout called by the Orangemen. Syracuse calls the timeout, and Adrian Autry now with 31 big points.
And all in 1 half.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Hey, Terry Lucas!
Not now!
Oh, that's got to be your new Grand Am V6 over there.
I love my Grand Am!
Sporty fun. It's you, Terry.
Not so fast! My Pontiac Grand Am's got standard anti-lock brakes,
Really?
airbags, leather, all kinds of stuff for thousands less than a quarter Camry!
So fun had nothing to do with it?
Don't jump to conclusions!
Ever. Not quite. The $1.49 is for a limited time.
You are watching the NCAA Basketball Championship on CBS.
Adrian Autry keeping Syracuse in the game has scored 31 points, all in the second half and overtime. In fact, Autry and Moten.
Only from the
Budweiser.
All over the world, when people are late, you're guaranteed to hear excuses.
The alarm clock broke.
Mein Goldfisch ist gestorben.
Probleme des cheveux.
At UPS, however, we guarantee we'll be on time. In fact, we now guarantee on-time delivery to hundreds of cities around the world, or your money back. So while you might hear, you'll never hear it from us.
Monday, Georgie and her spy expose a secret men's club.
This looks like a tape recorder. It's a heart monitor combination tape recorder.
Hearts Afire after Murphy Brown Monday.
This is the key play in the overtime called by the coach.
And it's the home run toss, basket hanging, call it what you will. O'Linney got the big basket. After the timeout by Missouri, Syracuse turns it over with less than 16 seconds to go. Thames falls down, and the final seconds as Booker is fouled with 8.1 seconds. Autry and Moten combining for 60 points tonight, but the Missouri Tigers, relentless, hung in there after a tie at the half, a tie after the regulation time, and outscoring Syracuse 17-9 in this first overtime session. And the Chevrolet players of the game are Adrian Autry of Syracuse, scored 31 points, did not score in the first half, and Kelly Thames, who ties a career-high 24 points for Missouri. And the Tigers will advance to the regional final for only the second time. Back in 1976, they lost to Michigan in the Midwest Final, so they make a big advance, and their record will go to 28-3 out.
Autry, keep your head up. You've done a magnificent job. One of the better second halves played in the history of the NCAA by the young man.
Yeah, I'd have to say that Autry, who's playing his last game, took it upon himself to be the team leader. Great passer, but Autry with a brilliant second half. And the lead is 10. Syracuse will finish at 23-7, and Missouri, for the first time ever, beat Syracuse. Shot missed by McCauley on one of the better games you'll see in the tournament. The final score in overtime: Missouri 98, Syracuse 88.
Sorry about that.
So the final score: Missouri advances to the regional final here. And we'll play the winner of the Arizona-Louisville game coming up next. And right now, from the Sports Arena in Los Angeles, Al McGuire and Dick Stockton sending you back to our New York studios and Pat O'Brien.
All right, Dick, thank you very much. And Louisville, Arizona comes up at half an hour from right now from Los